Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
This Walsh.
Oh man, I'm not ready to pod after the hypening of the baseball. Woo!
A lot of clean sheets this weekend.
Were there any?
Yeah, there were like 10.
Unbelievable. How many did you get? You got 3?
1, 2, 3.
4.
4. Dubravka in for Ramsdale. Best transfer I made all season. By a lot.
It's already plus like actual 8 points or something? Maybe
no,
more.
It's like plus 15 or something, I think.
Yeah, owning Ramsdale doesn't feel great, but
yeah,
it's also
How you
a keeper.
doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Mets are so good.
Mets are just unbelievable. You know.
My dumb team today was a little frustrating, 0-0. I thought we would find a goal at the end of the game the way it was going.
You guys fucking dominated. I had units all over Palace, and I feel vindicated a bit, but yeah, just couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
But you guys are good. Palace are legit good.
Yeah.
Huge point for Leeds too, because they could get dragged back in.
Yeah, I mean Leeds' schedule is insane. They have City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and then their last two are Brighton and Brentford, which are...
They're not easy.
They might be easy because they're going to be such beach whales those last two games of the season.
Brentham, like
last game of the season.
Yeah, I just think it's still going to be so hyped. I don't think that's ever going to be like easy. But home
it could be like a
Brighton.
Testimonial feeling though, where everyone's just like, who knows? He starts like riot.
Hitting the post. Toney's getting COVID. It's like, hey guys, thanks for a great season.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, start Fernandez, not Raya. The good old days. Yeah, it's not free for them. It's certainly not free.
Yeah.
And Burnley, on the other hand, are just like unstoppable. Yeah. And Everton are stoppable.
They are extraordinarily stoppable.
They're a movable force and stoppable force.
And me is just a god.
Yeah, playing or not, he just picks up points for his team.
Break his leg. Put a trackie on him, go tell everyone where to go, win automatic wins, just printing wins.
God. Burnley, we got our Burnley back.
I really don't give a fuck about Burnley anymore at all, though. Like, I have 0%
like about them going down?
Yeah, I don't care
me
at
neither.
I could not care less.
It was a package deal with Dyche,
Yeah, and the brand and what they did every time I watched them with Dyche.
Exactly.
Now
they're
they
like
have this...
open and have a guy named Michael Jackson and all this shit.
I mean,
it's like whatever. Vitra scoring goals, like who cares?
Yeah, it's gonna work itself out. I mean, the way they invest and the quality they have is so low that they're gonna just get relegated eventually, obviously. But I just don't care anymore. So that's nice.
Yeah, Everton in the what's the opposite of the driver's seat? They're in the baby seat in the back, getting driven down a level.
in the trunk or something.
Yeah, they're fucking tied, gagged in the trunk.
Suit gagged in the trunk.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they get out of this. I don't know. I
haven't watched Pulp Fiction in so long.
Yeah,
I need to fire that up again.
Yeah,
soon,
it's got to be rewatched regularly. How you doing FPL wise?
I mean, Captain Marcos was never a
Let's
question.
fucking go, dude.
It was never. I don't even know how I Winding Road found that in my like distorted dystopian view of the world.
I talked you out of Kev, which seemed kind of bad after Kev got 9 points.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thrilled with it, but I did think that upon further review, City against Watford. I mean, we correctly called both those games, right? Where we thought Liverpool would win easily but narrowly, and City were more likely to pile it on, which happened. But Kev, certainly could have won 5-1 without Kev. And
absolutely.
That game just had a more but they ended up resting him after he played half the game. So he happened to get all the points. So that was a good job by him. But I think the process behind it was fine. You know, it was sound. Marcos A,
Marcos A, fantasy royalty.
Yeah.
Must be
I
sad.
mean, getting the assist, that was literally
Easy.
a 10-point assist for me. I mean, he was on 5, and then he got the assist, and that was a 5-point assist.
Yeah, because he had a yellow, right?
Yeah, so
and then he gets an assist and 2 bones. What a fucking legend.
He hadn't completed a single ball into the area until that moment. Like, every ball he put in was dog shit.
Imagine getting Reece James over Marcos A.
What kind of scam human being would get Reece James instead of Marcos A? To not believe in Marcos A as a fantasy pick.
Oh my God.
You are not a listener of this pod if that's who you are.
Yeah. Also, you just started playing the game this season, I would assume.
I was so close to getting Reece instead of Laporte.
I mean, we're going to eat our words because Chelsea still have the one game and Reece is going to get 17 points. But
probably.
Fuck it. We'll soak in it for now.
We'll see how this ages.
So you're on what? You're on 62? You didn't hit, right?
No, I have been a good boy lately, actually.
I know, I've been the bad boy. Yeah. Whoopsies.
But yeah, I'm on 62, and I have only Captain Marcos A to go. Hope we hold Broja here. We hold Broja.
Hold Broja.
Hold Broja under any circumstance. No big deal. No big deal.
I mean, you have a Broja, Gordon, Allen, Richardson rotating 11th spot. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, brother.
Oh my God. So, that's a problem for another day. Probably this week, but we'll get there. How are you doing?
I'm on a lot less points. I'm on 56, but I took -8. Aforementioned bad boy. So I'm on
Great hit though.
Great hit. Last week's hit was exactly net even. This week's hit's already ahead, and I still have Marcos A and Captain Mount to go. Yeah. So looking good. Foden didn't play. I'll get the J-Rod 2-pointer. J-Rod in, just like the, Friday My Life premonition of J-Rod. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a fine spot. The top 10K average as of right now is 51.5. I'm right there with Captain Mount and Marcos A. So I feel good. Manchester United, obviously horrible. So it's a good spot. I expect points. Yeah, that's it. I'm down 1K, so it should be green by the end of that game. I would assume so.
Definitely should be, and you wouldn't be if you had your bench points, and you'd probably. Oh well, everyone else does. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're in good shape.
Yeah, good shape. Obviously,
still have Ramsdale though. Bad shape.
Still have Ramsdale. Maybe I'll get rid of him. We'll see. As is tradition, no league updates. We're in the middle of a game week. Disaster. Let's go on.
Okay. Dude, I'm 13th in the mug league.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's go. There's one game week left for the mug.
I might win it.
Dude, you could mug.
I could mug.
You could finally get your first FMLFPL mug.
I could triple hit and mug.
Why not? Yeah, triple cap for the mug.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. All right, let's go. I think Spurs are a good place to start. Obviously,
totally same page there.
Yeah, back to back, no anything whatsoever attacking, blanked, no shots on target, all that shit. And then they come into this week with home rotated Leicester, who are going to play everyone in Europe. So Hardly Boy said, surely Spurs attack won't be diabolical 3 matches in a row when they have a most likely heavily rotated Leicester next, right? Balsky said, what are you doing with Spurs assets? Blort said, could you please predict the future for Spurs attackers? Are they bad now? And X50 said, are you guys both still positive on Spurs attack against likely rotated Leicester, or have the recent attacking performances made you cautious on them for this game?
I'm captaining Kane.
I'm on Captain Kane.
There's not even a question. There's nothing, literally nothing besides him getting injured between now and Saturday deadline that will move me off of that.
I'm 100% with you. I'm very happy to hear you say that.
Yeah. However,
Okay.
after this game, I think you can happily sell like any of them.
What are they after this game?
So they have the double, which is at Liverpool, home Arsenal, and then they have home Burnley at Norwich.
Those are good.
Yeah, I mean,
the double's bad, but home Burnley's probably really good.
Yeah, it could be.
And at Norwich is obviously insanely good.
Yeah, it could be good. But I think, when we're looking at this 3 game week window, when there's, every team basically has a double in there.
Yeah.
I just would, again, right, this goes back to the trust. I don't trust Spurs at all. I mean, we just see them get actual no shots. Like what?
Yeah, no shots on target. Like barely any actual shots, yeah.
Yeah, against the Brenthammers. I mean, you're not playing like, City or Liverpool. I mean, this is a team.
If they were playing City, they would have scored 3.
They would have won. Yeah. But, I just, it comes back to that kind of thing where I don't really know what to expect from them. So even though home Burnley and at Norwich look good, I would still rather, probably get other picks.
Right.
So I am fine with people selling them. Also, I'm fine with keeping, I'm not going to get rid of Kane or anything, but Kulusevski, I'm pretty sure I'm going to move on from him after the Leicester game.
And we've been on that for a while. I say it every week, I feel like, but he's still in that range of maybe he'll get a 6-pointer is what I expect for his returns. Yeah. And that's basically
in fairness to him, so far since he's come over has gotten such a huge amount of points in such a small amount of minutes. But looking at them and they're moving forward, I think after Leicester would be a good time to look for someone different. But I think Kane and Son are still fine to hold for the rest of the season. I just am pessimistic on
I think it's fair to be. I mean, they really, really got shut down. I mean, it's like the chasm between Spurs, Liverpool, City, it's for a while there, it's they're 3rd best attack in the league. And then that happens and you're just chill. Everyone chill, they were just kind of outmanaged, I feel out tactics, It's Conte had this one trick almost, and Brighton and Brentford are really smart, teams with smart managers, and they just, completely shut it down.
Yeah. I really do wonder after watching this game, and also to the same extent the Villa game, where they, had no business scoring 4 goals. They did struggle, broadly speaking. I mean, can't be a coincidence that it's coinciding with them losing their best player.
Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave them so much.
He's so much better than Sessegnon, Royale, or Regs.
The balance and what he does getting forward and with the width and also cutting in, gives them such an insanely difficult dimension to defend. I mean, without him there, they just don't have that.
Yeah, maybe Matty Cash is an Arsenal supporter. Oh. He said, I just have to take out Doc here, right now.
Matu's Cashews, the gunner.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so hard to quantify, right? It's not that type of thing where you're just they're missing, Kane and they can't move the ball into the final third anymore.
Yeah,
but the Doc just being their 4th attacker, the only other attacker, and outlet, and just elite at basically everything while he was playing so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
But even with that, this fall off is so extreme.
No, it's absolutely. I mean, it's sort of trying to diagnose it, which is probably folly, but just kind of looking at it to hypothesize about what's going on.
No, it hurts a lot. I mean, it definitely hurts a lot.
Yeah, but
we'll see. I mean, we might eat our words, but I just think Leicester they're so not Brighton and Brentford. Right,
it's not only that, but the B team is significant. I mean, they're going to play probably the exact same 11 they played in the last game, right? The Villa team.
Yeah.
Something very similar, which is a joke team.
And it's just I think of Brighton and Brentford, I'm forward thinking, statistical, very smart managers, Broja has never been able to organize a defense. They've been horrible pretty much every year. They were bad with Liverpool too, obviously. And, it's not the same type of thing. They're not going to press in the Spurs attacking third. They're not going to be shutting down, the center of the pitch with like harassing midfielders and shit.
They're not going to give one tiny fuck about that game in any way, shape, or form. Like they're probably not even going to prepare for it. They could lose 20-0 and it wouldn't matter. All they care about is this fucking conference championship game or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So, it's just gonna. I think that is a really big deal. Like that's the biggest deal that I'm putting into this fixture. Really.
What was the game where they played the really, really joke lineup? That's what I'm looking. It was the Newcastle game. Newcastle game. The back four was Thomas, Soy, Amarte, and Justin. Midfield was Dewsbury, Mendy, and Tielemans. The wings were Lookman and Ioze and Daka up top.
Yeah, like something like that is what I'm expecting.
Yeah, should be.
I think there was probably, he played Just. I'm sure there was probably, I'm sorry, not just Fafana. I'm sure there was an element of it that he didn't want to have players coming in cold to the Thursday game.
Yeah, for sure.
So the game against Spurs, I imagine, would be very, very close to the one you just listed.
Yeah, I think so.
Game. That's what I was.
It's going to be like pretty much everyone who doesn't start.
Yeah, and everyone was bad. Yeah. So
it's
a
huge.
Good job.
And Spurs still need a win, and that still matters to me too. So
a draw. They can't afford a draw at this. I mean, they're going to get shithoused against Liverpool, but they have 4 games and they need to get 12 points from those 4 games. That's what they need to be looking at.
Oh my God.
Anything else is a huge failure. So, yeah.
Wow. I'm excited.
Right?
I'm excited.
Yeah. I can't believe dude, we're almost done here.
I know.
Fuck.
And then we got to do some summer pods.
Summer pods will be really fun.
Fuck. The end of the season is always so sad, though.
You know what I think we should also do for one of our summer pods? I had an idea about.
What?
Huge goalkeeper pod.
Wow. Just like what? Talk to me. Go on.
I don't know. I mean, we talked about
analyzing the position and
huge goalkeeper analysis pod of points. Per promoted goalkeeper to Ederson, points per Popes, everything.
We're probably going to come to the conclusion that we should never, ever, under any circumstances, make a transfer on keeper or spend more than 4 or 5 on keeper.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling like that's not a good.
Well, because you're on the Dubravka high.
Yeah, exactly. You're not.
I'm not. I'm on the Ramsdale low.
You're trying. So we're both justifying our own realities here. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, I think we spend so much time. Well, I spend so much time thinking about goalkeeper.
I spend almost no time.
Yeah, well, that's our diametric opposition there. But and I still feel like I have no idea what I'm doing with goalkeeper. Like I just kind of throw a dart every time and hope it lands on my fucking eyeball.
It's a ridiculous position.
But there has to be an actual
You think we could solve it?
Well, yeah, yes. I think
that
we
probably could. Yeah, I think there's probably we could come up with like a range almost of within this price range on this level of team, who concede this many shots but are still pretty good defensively. That's what you want. Someone in there is going to get you the most bang for your buck, most whatever. I'm down.
Because I think it would be we're always trying to, it's a small sample size game, so we're always trying to do that. Pick who's going to be good over this little window of games, but there has to be some type of pattern or theme of, within reason, right? Like what you can get, even if you get if you pick the worst of the 4 or 5 options, you pick the worst of the 5 million options, or you pick the promoted defense, whatever. I don't know, because I think if you're able to know that or notice, and you're shopping in the same bracket, if you do realize oh, wait a minute, this goalkeeper, wait a minute, Bachmann is an actual disaster.
Yeah.
I do need to spend a transfer here. I don't think it's right to just ignore it and think, this isn't
I don't think
where
so. Yeah.
But I mean, thinking in terms of that is interesting to me.
I'm down. Yeah, summer pods. Well, we got a lot to discuss, so
yeah,
that's a good one. In terms of this pod, we have all these fucking doubles, dude.
We should only spend this pod talking about future pods.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that good content?
That's great content, and people should submit ideas for summer pods too. I mean, we'll take an idea from anyone. So far, we have like 2 or 3, probably.
Well, one just got added, so we have 3 or 4.
3 or 4. There we go. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they're gonna be fun. We're down to like talk about whatever, bring on whoever. So we'll see how it goes. Try a new thing. So we have all these fucking doubles. Not this week, no doubles, but in 36 doubles, 37 doubles. So I kind of just lumped all these like random questions together because I think they all kind of have to do with it. Tio said Palace have an absolutely ridiculous run of fixtures. Can we get Walsh's run through of their picks? So they're at Southampton, home Watford, then their doubles at Villa, at Everton, and then home United. So all of those are just joke teams, like incredible fixtures. At Villa is the hardest one.
I mean, Villa low-key are like...
They're just like a 0-0 merchants.
A mess.
Yeah, but that's the best team that Palace have left.
I don't know. I mean, I'm like not too interested in Palace assets right now. We've been really bad on the road.
Yeah.
I don't really see any reason why that would change. He's made comments recently that he's going to get Eze a lot more starts. You know, he might maybe start 4 of these games or something like that to give him some reps, I think, in his legs. You know, he looked mixed bag today.
Very mixed.
But, you know, I mean, home Watford's obviously a good one. Home United last day of the season.
That's a very good one.
There should be some goals in there.
Yeah.
But I am concerned about the aways. Just the way we've looked away has just been really stagnant and kind of like uninterested almost.
Yeah.
And, you know, Vieira is, you know, changing personnel like a lot. So I think we're also suffering a little bit from that, just lack of cohesiveness of, you know, familiarity of players playing with one another. I mean, the 11's different every fucking day. And I don't think that that's a bad thing, like tactically or anything, but I think for FPL reasons, like that is tricky of who you get.
Yeah.
I mean, Wilf is...
I was going to say Wilf is like
he's
one
been
of
the
the
only
very...
mainstay.
Yeah, he's just like very safe in terms of minutes, and you know, you don't love the aways for the goals, but you love him for home Watford, love him for home United, which is a Wilf derby. And then, well, like a center back is probably safe. Like I don't really see him rotating Anderson and Gahey, right? And so even though even though the team's been bad away, like at Villa, at Everton are insanely good defensive fixtures.
They could keep. I mean, I see us like 1 clean the rest of the year. So I mean,
really?
I'm not that.
Oh, that's it? Not even home Watford?
No, because Watford are not coming over like, okay, let's set up for a 0-0.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Not
they
good
attack.
enough.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think 1 clean would be my expectation for these 5 fixtures.
So that's terrible. So basically, just
I don't
Wilf
think
or
that's
bust.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wilf is, like you said, safe in terms of minutes, but I mean, he's also like not that good of an FPL pick. He never gets bonus points, and he misses pens for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine. The fixtures still are good on paper, and the games should, generally speaking, be somewhat open.
Yeah.
And he's only 6'8", so I think if you're looking at across the fixtures and shit, and like, you know, we should just like play whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, we're safe, and everyone's just going to be doing whatever the fuck. 6'8", sure. Yeah. I'm fine with that. I mean, I might get Wilf. I don't know. Yeah. I also don't think Gallagher's terrible. He's 6'1". He looked very good today. He just kept falling down in the box. But he looked like we remember him in some of those first half performances. He's super streaky. He's gotten, decent returns this season, has 14 returns. I mean, they do seem to kind of come in the same games. Like he's had a lot of double returns.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know why that is exactly, but he's still good player, I think, at 6'1", if you can't afford Wilf. And again, you're looking for someone in that bracket. And I mean, Eze is also just fun because he's fun, but he's probably far away from being an option if you're really trying to do well. Do you know when
the cutoff? Because I just noticed that Gallagher's on 9 yellows, so that would not be a cool transfer if that.
Oh yeah.
If he gets, but I don't know if the cutoff is already passed.
How could it not have passed? It's Game Week 35.
Yeah, it has to have, right?
Does it change from 10 to like infinity?
I don't know.
This is a question for the pod that like does chip strategy, I think.
Yeah. Just take this question, send it to Black Box or whatever. They'll sort you out.
Are you supposed to know the rules?
Balsky said, is Broja to Nketiah the easiest move of the week?
We hold Broja. Would you enjoy spending a transfer to get someone who blanks every game for another player who blanks every game?
Another player who isn't nailed and blanks every game. Little caveat.
Okay, well, let's reframe
They're
the
both
question.
not nailed.
There we go.
Would you like to transfer a not nailed player who blanks every game he plays for a not nailed player who blanks every game he plays?
No.
No, we just hold Broja in that situation. I mean, at West Ham, it's like, I can see where he's coming from because you make the same case of the Spurs Leicester game, right? You're like, oh, rotated side Europe, but like Moyes rotated side versus a Broad rotated side means like double-decker bus nightmare game. See West Ham Chelsea. That's what that means. Is like 17 defenders on the pitch. But a rotated Broad side just means, a bunch of fucking chickens with their heads cut off. So that's the difference.
The rotated broadside is they play the exact same way with one half the caliber of player in every single position.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, I think that transfer is horrendous. I can't imagine that that's the best use of your...
It can't be.
Your clicking of buttons.
It just can't be.
I mean, you're just getting in a player who historically never scores goals. And I mean, he was a little bit unlucky to not get points.
He was good. I thought he was good, yeah.
No, well, he's kind of falling into the Laka area of good in terms of offering a lot, watching the games.
It's
but
only
in terms
been 2 games. Don't call him Laka yet.
Dude,
though.
I know. I'm understanding that, but we have seen a lot. I feel like I've seen a lot of Nketiah games. I mean, this isn't like there's goals in this player. I mean, he's been there for a while. There's a reason why he doesn't ever get consistent runs in the team. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a really bad transfer. I think it's just dumb. I think, you either, again, you hold, unironically, right? You hold Broja and you look at other spots on your team where you can affect it, or you downgrade or you upgrade. I don't think.
Yeah, and Arsenal's fixtures just really aren't that good. And they're not a team that beats teams 4-0 anyway. Like at West Ham, that's just going to be a nightmare. Home Leeds is no longer that good, and at Spurs in the double,
Dude,
at
Everton,
Newcastle,
the last game of the season could be one of the. What if they're both top 4 out of relegate? That game could be the most intense game.
Must win both games.
Draw does nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How many people are gonna handcuff their necks to the goalposts if their team's not performing in that game? They're gonna have to grease the post up so they can't get a good grip.
Oh my god!
But there's gotta be I haven't analyzed the doubles, but there's just gotta be someone with juicier fixtures going forward with a team that you think could score more goals and be more explosive with a nailed player than Nketiah. It's just not possible.
Well, let's transition into talking about this Villa team because
we did get a Villa question. Yobil said, "Are Villa guys worth a look? As their form, or is their form as a team just a big red flag? Because their fixtures are fucking home Norwich, then a double at Burnley, home Liverpool, then another double home Palace, home Burnley. So Burnley in back-to-back weeks, and then at City last game of the season. Where are you at?
I mean, if there's ever a time to get Coutinho, it's literally right now.
Right fucking now.
Yeah. I mean, he's, what is he, 7 on the nose. I don't know if he can. They have a Saturday. So the thing that's attractive about Villa is they have 2 doubles, right? They have
2 doubles
Saturday.
and incredible fixture. They're incredible doubles. Well, the first one is so-so. Yeah, the first one's so-so because they have home Liverpool. But at Burnley,
more is tricky.
Not anymore, I don't think.
I guess if they're still pushing high.
I don't. And then the next one is home Palace, home Burnley is ridiculous.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. And I mean, I guess I'm a little bit where I'm coming from, a little nervous about a Saturday, Tuesday for a Phil. Especially when it's Liverpool on the back end where they're going to be getting fucking pounded.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not starting that game.
But
the next double, which is the good one though, home Palace, home Burnley, they have a full Sunday, Thursday. I mean, that's a normal rest, so he should be good. So I would expect him to not start that Liverpool game unless if he is actually very fit and he's fine, in which case he'll just ride him, and if he gets injured, he gets injured because it's like the end of the year. He doesn't because maybe because
and even if he plays the Liverpool game, we still think he'll be fine for the next double. So so almost doesn't matter. It's like, is he going to get 2 points or 0 in the second double? You know, I mean, in the second match.
But I guess I'm just like I'm harping on this because it's still like, oh, they have all these games, but like this is similar to what happened with the Man U game, right? With the Liverpool game, they all got 1 or 0 points because they got fucking destroyed because they suck ass. This Villa team sucks ass.
They're and Liverpool are fucked up.
Liverpool are absolutely going to run train on them. So viewing that as like a viable fantasy game is a little bit misleading.
I agree. I agree. But if their fixtures just read instead,
Norwich, Burnley,
home
Palace,
Norwich,
Burnley,
at Burnley, then a double of home Palace on Burnley, we would still be like, bye.
No, you still want a piece of that. But again, I think it is though. Other than Coutinho, is like, where do you go? I don't really want anyone else. I think Watkins is.
I know you hate Watkins, but just to answer, what was that, Bowski's question? Like, I'd rather get Watkins than Nketiah because at least in these
$2 million.
I know, but I'm just saying in these games he could actually get returns. Like they could score 4 against Norwich. Like that wouldn't be surprising, you know?
No, I absolutely agree with that. I think
like he's a guy that's like outsider, sure, you know, take a flyer on whatever. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But Coutinho's the only like really good guy. Really good pick, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about a defender though? I mean, maybe I don't know if Cash is actually, shout worthy here, right?
Yeah, he's been having a really good season. Yeah.
They have a lot of homes. I mean, for as much Burnley have been attacking, they still have really bad players across the pitch. Yeah, they're still Burnley.
Yeah. And Norwich are a joke. Yeah.
I feel like that shout's okay or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. And
or if you're looking for a Rammers replacement, I think maybe Emmy is interesting.
Should I go there?
You could do.
Yeah, Cash has been like good.
Yeah, Cash has been really good. I don't know. It's just the more troubling thing to me with Villa is just underlying is he has no idea what the best 11 is.
No.
Absolutely no fucking clue. He's just throwing different players in at different times to see if something works.
Yeah.
Because it's such a mess. You know what I mean? And it also kind of seems like, he doesn't know what brand he wants to play. He's not committing to anything. He's still trying to feel suss out the players.
Yeah, no,
and it's just a messy mess.
Yeah,
that combination.
Overall evaluation of Gerrard at the end of the season, I think, is going to be we have no idea.
No clue.
It's going to be we're rolling with him next season, and we have no idea what we're going to get.
Yeah, he started off with some positive notes. Those first few games, and then it's just Nakamba got hurt, and then it fell apart.
Yeah,
that's totally kind of how I've seen him. So
yeah.
I mean, he was fit for 1 minute against Leicester, so that's something.
They had the really weird Wolves game where they double their XG and lose 2-1. Spurs game where they almost double their XG and lose 4-0. And it's what the fuck is happening at Villa?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, they've got some balance issues. That's something we've been talking about with them, right? Since he got there is the balance is really, when you take a player like Jack Grealish and try to replace him and all of the skills that he gives you with 3 players, it's tough.
It's never
tough
worked.
To find the balance.
Yeah, it's never worked also.
Because one player that can do everything, and then you get to play with 10 other players. If you take that one player and you make it 3 players, you only get 8 other players.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as good. It's a bit of a thing. It's a bit of a thing.
Yeah, you got hosed on the trade.
A little bit hosed.
Especially when one is as washed as Danny Ings.
Dude, Gerrard, he wants nothing to do with things.
No one wants anything to do with things. It's ridiculous.
I can't believe he had that 22 season. It's insane.
I also remember early door. I think you're the one that reminded me of this when everyone owned him at the beginning of the season.
Raging. I was absolutely raging everywhere.
The most bullshit goals
every
ever.
Game. He returned every fucking game, and then everyone got rid of him.
Yeah, 4 out of the first 5 game weeks he returned.
Yeah. And they were bullshit returns. And then everyone got rid of him and he was diabolical for the rest of the year.
Yep. God damn it. We never get those. If we start with Bafétembi Gomis and he scores the first 3 game weeks of the season, we're holding him for like 20 game weeks, even though he doesn't score again.
I know. We hold Broja.
We hold Broja here. We hold Broja. VB9er said, would you rather do Mo to Son or Kev to Son? I'm leaning Mo to Son just because Liverpool have the FA Cup final on more reliable fantasy options than City. Oh, like more reliable other guys than Mo. I mean, I wouldn't do either of those moves.
Yeah,
so,
it's door number C. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I wouldn't do either. But he's a fucking Spurs. This guy is just in Discord. He's like the jabroni of Spurs fans. Like he just, anything that anyone says about Spurs, he just like has a fact ready.
All right, I don't know why we're getting debated into this one then.
Yeah, no, that's a
Dorsey
Dorsey
bullshit question then.
Yeah, D, none of the above. Bear said, who's the cheapest defender that you really like? That's interesting.
Yeah, cheapest that we really like.
I
mean, it might be Villa, a Villa player, just because we're going back. I think going back to like the games. I assume that by now anyone who's under 5 is like cheap. I don't know, like Konza's 4.9. Like our team value is high. I mean, I think we have to recalibrate what we view as cheap.
Yeah. That is interesting. Yeah, you got to look at the fixtures too, right? Like we want good doubles and stuff like that. Villa qualify for sure. Yeah, they have incredible fixtures. There's no one else really with like as good fixtures, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think like Spurs, I don't know, like Dyer is still 4.6.
Yeah.
Or Bavis, right? I mean, they have been actually pretty decent defensively.
Yeah.
Lately. I mean, the double is really bad fixture wise, but I mean, you can't convince me that they would not clean Arsenal at home. I mean, I could see that happening.
I could also see like no cleans for the rest of the season. I really can.
I don't know about that. I think home Burnley, home Leicester, at Norwich. I think they've got at least one in them. I think the difference to me with them is like they need to win every game, so they're going to be switched on to fuck for every game.
Yeah,
and I mean Burnley to a lesser extent, sort of, but I just don't know if they're capable if it matters. And then Norwich, the last game of the season, seems like a free hit. Like that's going to be a joke. They're going to destroy them because they always destroy Norwich.
God, Norwich, man. Go away. Just fuck off.
They are. They will.
They're almost but then they'll be back.
That's true.
And then we have to talk about them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Villa are one of the only teams with a double-double. And we like all their fixtures except home Liverpool in the double, and then you transfer them out for game week 38 at City. And as simple as that, and you're just cruise control. So I do like that. I mean, what about... do you ever just go for an Everton guy? Because are they just going to do what they did against Liverpool against half these teams?
No, you
can't,
you
right?
No,
you
don't do that. I think that's
so. Then, I do think it's a Villa guy. I think I agree with you there.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but then again, like Matip is the same price. It's kind of hard, but.
Well, I mean, what about? I mean, Burnley also still do have like, a couple extra games. They have to kind of win. They're not that bad. They have Villa twice, Watford, Newcastle at home.
They're at Watford, home Villa, then a double of at Spurs, at Villa, and then Newcastle at home. I would rather have Villa than any of that. I think
I agree with you. I mean, the players at Villa are just so much better categorically, like across the board. That yeah. And I mean, Burnley are still playing this weird kind of open.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if they know what they're playing, but they're feeling free. They're feeling themselves. So
Ben Me knows what they're doing, but I don't.
He just hasn't translated yet to the players. Yeah, Cash is interesting, man.
Cash is interesting. Yeah, he's definitely an interesting guy.
Al said, which sub 7 million striker is the best pick for the run-in?
Sub 7?
It's annoying because I can't say Ollie. We're just sorting by price here.
Yeah.
I mean, Toney, they don't have a double, but they have at Man United, banker, home Southampton, banker, at Everton, banker, home Leeds. Good. It's pretty good.
I mean, they're all really bad.
Yeah, I know. That's why I started there, because he's actually good, and the team is good.
Yeah, and he plays.
Yeah, and none of these other fucks are good. Yeah,
I think I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because I think Newcastle, like with St. Max, is sort of an interesting one, but
give me a break. Never again.
Yeah, but they don't play. I mean, Pukki. We were kind of talking a little bit about Pukki.
Yeah. He should have had an assist.
Yeah,
well, he played pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone should ever have an assist on Norwich based on who they're passing to, but
because they're below average. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they do have a double. They are playing for nothing. They're just playing games for fun.
Yep.
At Villa, home West Ham. Again, a good time to play them. At Leicester,
right,
should be on the back end of the things. Not a bad time to play them.
Yep. At
Wolves, home Spurs. I mean, they could score a little bit of goals in this time period.
Yeah, not terrible.
I think. And I mean, it's a 0.9 difference to Toney. That's not nothing. If it gets you, a better defender upgrade on the other spot or something, or it gives you this midfield, I think that's a more negligible difference than 0.9 leads you to believe. So I don't mind that one.
Yeah. I also don't even really hate Woot if they're going to keep playing like this. I mean, he had that like one good game when he first got transferred there. I don't remember which match that was.
He had the Brighton game. He's got the goal and the assist.
Yeah, Man United game, he got an assist, and we were like, oh, he looks good. Then they got fucked by Liverpool, and then goal and assist against Brighton, and then he's been like terrible every game until now. And he's like he's in space. They're playing it to his feet instead of his fucking head every time, and it just seems a little better. He's not terrible, and they're playing so wide open that
I agree with you. I think that's a fine pick. 6'4", fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those three names, I think, is maybe where I would probably look.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are those questions. I mean,
and Broja you hold.
Well, you hold Broja if you own. I don't know, man. The doubles, I don't really want to talk more about them, but it's definitely worth considering for transfers for this week and next week and stuff.
Yes, I think you should definitely be aware of when and who is doubling.
Yeah.
When you're making. I think saving this week. I'm thinking of saving.
Not terrible.
I think this is a really good week to save if you can, because we're also seeing all of the good teams are playing in Champions League. We don't know if we're gonna have an injury. Pretty much everyone has between 4 and 6 players playing midweeks. With Liverpool and City there. So, if you can save, get away with it, double in, or maybe use 3 transfers for a 4, to get some doublers in 36, 37 kind of thing. That's pretty good. But yeah.
So what's our schedule? Tuesday, City, Real Madrid. Wednesday, Liverpool, Villarreal. Thursday is Man United, Chelsea. No, Man United, Chelsea on Thursday.
The double game. You're right. You're right. Okay. Then Friday off, and then Saturday.
Love that.
Full on Saturday.
That is so good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Some other rando questions here. Just a couple more. Slim Charles said, do you guys think Zinchenko or Ake are legitimate options? More specifically for a team that already has Cancel but can't afford Laporte.
It's difficult without knowing more about Walker, but I think Zinchenko is a little bit more interesting just because I think he's just way better than Ake and would be preferred to be playing. Without Stones being able to fill in at right back and without Walker, Cancelo has to play right back. So when you're just looking at a straight up Ake versus Zinchenko at left back,
it's got to be Zinchenko.
Zinchenko's barely played all year. You can't tell me he can't fucking go run out there and play all these games.
Yeah.
I think I would go with Zinchenko there.
Yeah, I just also hate these questions. It's just like when is a punt worth it versus not worth it? Everyone, I don't know. I don't really have what I'm trying to get out, fleshed out, but it's people are DMing me on Discord, should I bring in Chalobah? I'm like, no, I don't know. Why are we bringing in the 8th best Chelsea player? Because he might play one game. Just doesn't. And then you have to transfer him out because, Walker comes back, after this weekend, and then Zinchenko's just worthless, and you have your third spot on 1A, 1B best team in the league is wasted on Zinchenko. It's just I hate these questions.
Well, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I think now is more interesting of a time than usual to answer them because when you're punting like this, I like doing it when there are 4 games left because you're not going to be stuck with the player. So if you can guess, if you can guess right and get 4 starts out of 5 from Zinchenko, you're flying.
Yeah.
And you know that, long term, like none of these players are good picks, but
that's true. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think, same.
I'll hold back.
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying in general, right? But I mean, same thing with like Chalobah is like, okay, well, it's, taking a hit as we approach game week 38, hits get so much worse.
Right.
Than they ever have been.
Right.
Because you have less time to make up for the points that you're hitting, and so when you're looking at, you can only afford X instead of Y, I don't know about like, is punting on Chalobah worse than getting like Guéhi?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, like
cash.
Maybe, maybe if you, depending on who you can afford.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit.
And then the last question. Oh, good timing by Tio. He said Brentford play United, Everton, Southampton, Leeds. Is Toney essential? So yeah, I mean they're fucking. This team is fucking legitimately good. With Eriksen in the team, I don't know if they've even lost. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean Eriksen's the best player on the team.
He's so good.
Why aren't we just getting him?
All right, in games, yeah, I know. Right? In games that he's started, they're win, draw 0-0 against Spurs.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Is that good?
They just win every game he plays in?
They've won every game except a 0-0 home Spurs where they dominated and were the way better team, by the way.
Yeah, it seems good, I think.
Seems good. Seems like a good, cheeky little transfer they made there.
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, I mean, I expect
5'6".
I expect Toney to fucking dong against all these teams. Like at Man United is a great fixture. Home Southampton is an even better fixture.
I still don't view Toney in that way though, because he does so much for dropping deep and linking up play and facilitating. Like he doesn't get good, like he's not like an eye-popping stats merchant. And he is so reliant and has been so reliant on pens. I still don't think he's like a good FPL player, a good FPL pick, just broadly speaking, even though the team's functioning. I mean, we've been seeing Wissa showing up and Bumo showing up a lot more with Eriksen. So, I don't know. I'm not that interested in Toney. I am much more interested in Eriksen if I'm getting a Brent Hammer because, we watch them play and they still look so nuts on set pieces. Like they could score a couple of set piece goals every single game.
Yeah. And
his delivery is so good and the routines are really good. I feel like he's just better. So I would prefer him.
I don't know. Toney's he's a weird one. Honestly, he's going to be a really weird person to evaluate next season, I feel like, especially if we keep Eriksen. But
do you think they're going to bump him to 7.5 next year?
I hope not, because
6.5, 16 returns. What does that get you?
Dude, he's fucking good, dude. I
don't
know.
He might be 7.
Yeah, he might be. He has 5 pens, which is obviously a ton.
So
but
7 and 4. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like he's an actual FPL trap. I agree with you. He's so good watching them play. Yeah. He's so good. But for FPL, I don't think he's very good.
But just like in these last group of games, just as an example, right? His shots are 3, 6, 3, 2, 5. His XG is 0.1, 0.4, 0.6, 0.4, 0.2. His XA is also really good. 0.4, 0.2, 0.4, 0.1.
Is that with pen? He had a West Ham. That game was a pen, right?
Yeah, I'm not counting that. That's non-penalty. Okay. And no, that wasn't a pen. It wasn't a pen.
It wasn't a pen. No. It was a header or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it was
I don't really remember, but yeah, it wasn't a pen.
I don't know. I think he's definitely.
His last pen was the Burnley game. So, since then.
He's only scored once.
Yeah. 3 returns, right?
3, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think we need to spend time thinking and talking more about him.
Yeah.
Looking at what they do this summer, if he's still there next year, what to look at. Because, I feel like he's going to either he might be a player that we're both like in our Game Week 1 teams, like no matter
what. That's what I mean. Because like in hindsight, obviously, I think we talked about this last week, right? In hindsight, it's like if anyone who held him, oh my God, you got such value out of him. He has so many points.
I mean, he doesn't have so many points. He's 129
but compared to
right now.
Forwards. Like, how many transfers has everyone used at forward?
Yeah, probably more than a couple, but I mean, he's still not like you're winning the world because you've held him. I mean, he still hasn't been like that prolific.
I guess so. I mean, it's like when you look at the list of forwards, like who people brought in, there's like fucking Ollie and like Rich and Jim and Wood and Broja and like Laka, like all these shitters, man. They're so bad. They're all so fucking bad. And Toney just has 40 more points than them.
I mean, Jesus, after his haul, is like almost at like the top 5. He's played like 10 games.
1,500 minutes.
Yeah.
He's top 6 striker.
What are they going to do about this? Because this is an actual, I think, like problem with the game, right?
Yeah, that was a huge problem.
You think it's just like a phase that we're going to ride it out, and then, some years it's going to be lean, and some years it's like bull or bear?
There's rumors every season that they're going to make like the wide forwards into forwards, like Mo and Raz and those guys.
Then we'll be having the same conversation about midfield.
Yeah, so I don't really know. It doesn't really solve anything. But next year we'll have Jota, so he'll just be nailed game week 1, best forward in the game. So it doesn't even matter.
That's insane. I won't even address that comment.
Actual best forward in the game easily. 25 goals.
As he plays every other game?
No, I mean, I think as Bob gets faded out, he probably will start like the majority of games at forward.
How can you say that with Diaz?
Because Diaz will play on the left. I mean, we're not going to re-sign Bob, Mane, and Mo.
It's but they're not out of contract.
I think so.
No, don't they all have one more year?
Yeah, maybe one more year.
I think Mane and Mo both have one more year.
Yeah, it'll all get decided in the summer, I guess.
Regardless, assuming that they have Diaz, Mo, Mane, Jota, that's not a world that we live in, that Jota's what you're just saying.
Well, it's a world that'll score 20 goals, but not a world that'll start every game. Yeah.
Right.
So still the best forward in the game, but not start every game.
No.
If he just scores 20 open play goals.
He's not going to score 20 goals.
He has 15 in 2,000 minutes.
Yeah, so that should be about what he gets next year.
No.
Yeah, come on.
He's not even in his
Diaz
fucking
is better
prime.
than him.
No.
You think Jota's better than Diaz?
Goals.
That's insane.
Goals are very underrated.
Oh my God! I don't want to talk about this.
Goals
what else are we doing?
Cannot be quantified. This is the same argument that everyone has with Hazard's better than Mo. Prime Hazard better than Mo.
Who says that?
Literally everyone on the internet.
Okay, well, I'm here and I'm not on the internet. We're not having these dumb conversations.
That's the same argument, though. It's like, obviously Diaz is unbelievable, and everything he's done for Liverpool has been so good, like so good. But scoring 15 goals, non-pen, and the amount of minutes he's played is just like, you can't like put a fucking price tag on that. Like it's
the Wolves did. The Wolverines did. It was 40 mil.
Yeah, they're fucking kicking themselves right now.
What else? What else?
What else is there's nothing. There's no other questions. Any other games we want to talk about?
Fucking no other questions. What about your team?
Good team. How about did you watch it?
Fucked though.
Did you watch the first half?
No, I watched the first 15 before swim class with Damo.
Dude, the Everton performance was a thing of beauty. It was unbelievable. It was
Franklin.
Frank went deep within to conjure that out of them. It was the darkest of arts. It was so good. I was also mad. One FPL thing I was thinking about is like, how do neither of us have Robbo? How many months have we been suggesting Robbo, being like, he's the third best Liverpool guy to get him over Jota, get him over VVD, like get him over everyone. Neither of us have him.
I know. I mean, I've had VVD for a really long time.
Yeah, really long.
He doesn't blank. I mean, as good as Robbo is, VVD's returns are 7, 6, 0, 6, 8, 6, 6, 12. Like,
no, it's ridiculous. There's no like bad picks on Liverpool. There's too many good ones. But the official FPL thing tweeted this out. Robbo has 25 returns since game week 13, which is 5 more than any other player in the game.
Good pick. Good player.
Fucking
Yeah. I mean, I think I had him and Trent earlier in the season. But
did you? Or was that last season? I get confused.
I don't know. It might have been last season. I can't recall. But I mean, I just did it because I couldn't afford him. Like back when I was making this decision, I mean, obviously that.
It's just so insane. Like
I feel like VVD's basically matched him though, right?
No. That's exactly what the tweet is about.
They have the same points.
On the season.
Robbo's missed a few games.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it's from Game Week 13, because he missed Game Week 1, 2, 5, 12.
Yeah. No, I mean, Robbo's fucking sick, obviously. I mean, Trent's been like low-key really bad lately.
The last 2 games, he's been so bad. I really thought he should have been rested for Everton because they're a joke. We don't need Trent, But I don't know. Whatever. Klopp likes his rhythm.
Yeah.
Rhythm. Anything else you want to go to or what?
Dubravka's so good, dude.
Yeah, but he's the second best player on Newcastle to Bruno Guimaraes. You see that
Bruno
fucking chip?
Yeah, it was a nice cheeky chip. I just haven't been watching.
So good.
Yeah, I just haven't been watching enough Newcastle lately. I feel like I've only caught like 1 or 2 of their games in the last like 5 or so.
Yeah, and he wasn't playing at first.
Yeah, I'm interested in like what they're doing like tactically. I mean, I know Fraze went down. Like, I don't know. I mean, because they're going to be probably pretty underpriced next season.
Yeah.
To try and figure out, what they have there. I mean, we have to see who they buy, obviously, and shit like that. But
it's also 0, sample size at all.
Yeah.
Especially with Bruno G. But as of now, he's 56% goal involvement. Fucking, what's it? 0.31 XG, 0.22 XA per 90 is ridiculous.
Didn't he score like 1 goal in his career before he got into Newcastle? Like, what's happening?
He was like the DM on Lyon.
Yeah.
And like his comp was like Conte. But he was, I don't know. He was sort of like this is a really good box-to-box midfielder who can do everything, but we don't know what he's going to actually do. Okay. It was sort of like that's why it was a good buy, because it was like he's young, and worst case he'll just be a pretty good DM, probably.
Yeah.
Best case he'll be like a fucking world-class midfielder. That was always the thing.
Okay.
So I don't know. Might be real.
Yeah, I mean, he might be just taking steps forward.
Yeah, he might be.
Granted, he did it against Leicester, dogshit team.
Yeah.
Palace home with an assist, and then Norwich. So
yeah,
we'll have to see. But
we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Should we talk about our teams at all?
I mean, we have the game on Thursday, and we'll do it on My Life, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I think I pushed all the Chelsea and Man United questions to just Friday My Life and captains and stuff, because I think we just need all the Europe and all the games to be played. So
I mean, I'm thinking of saving like right now.
The move that I had in my head before we started potting was Mount to Coutinho.
Mount to Coutinho. Yeah, I mean, they don't have a double. They have Norwich. They play Everton.
They're at Everton with like 2 days off from Man United, assuming Mount starts against Man United, which I think he will. And then I know Chelsea still have a double and shit, but they also have the FA Cup final, so who knows if they even play starters against Leeds the second half of the double. I'm just like, I don't know. This is the week I got Mount for. I'm happy to move on.
Yeah, if you like the rest of your team and you don't really see where you're going to spend transfers elsewhere, which kind of is your situation.
That is my situation.
Other than Ramsdale, which is one of the worst picks in the game, the whole game.
Well, maybe I'll make it a -4. Why not? I'll get a little extra money on the downgrade.
I don't mind that.
For you, I mean, I'll minus anything. I'll 5-5 for a keeper if I do that.
Let's get out of here. We'll figure this shit out on Thursday.
There's no new anus apps, no new friends, no new Patreon signups. The game week's not over, so no ties to talk about. There's nothing to fucking talk about, dude. Any last words?
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, dude. Check us out at fmlfield.com. Follow us on Twitter at fmlfield, sports page.com/fmlfield. Subscribe, rate, review, cheers!